Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today this video is about Microsoft's Windows 11 build 22621.1483, which is released to the release preview channel. Starting with this build, firstly we have a Bing AI chat experience on the taskbar search box. Once you have access to the new Bing, the search box on the taskbar will include a button that opens the Bing chat experience in Microsoft Edge. If you don't have access, the search box on the taskbar will feature a dynamic search highlight button. Next to that, we have new notifications for Microsoft accounts in the Start menu. This is only available to a small audience right now. Also, the search box on the taskbar will be lighter when you set Windows to a custom color mode. This update adds many new features and improvements to Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. So, these were a few of the new things introduced to this build. Talking about fixes, this update addresses an issue that affects the combo box in settings. It fails to show all the available options. This update addresses an issue that affects Microsoft PowerPoint. It stops responding. This occurs when you use accessibility tools. This update addresses an issue that affects Microsoft Narrator. It fails to read items in drop-down lists in Microsoft Excel. This update addresses an issue that affects USB printers. The system classifies them as multimedia devices even though they are not. This update addresses an issue that affects complexity policy settings for pins. They are ignored. This update addresses an issue that affects the Fast Identity Online 2.0 pin credential icon. It does not appear on the credentials screen of an external monitor. This occurs when that monitor is attached to a closed laptop. This update addresses an issue that affects a clustered shared volume, CSV. The CSV fails to come online. This occurs if you enable BitLocker and local CSV managed protectors, and the system recently rotated the BitLocker keys. This update addresses an issue that affects Active Directory users and computers. It stops responding. This occurs when you use Taskpad View to enable or disable many objects at the same time. The update addresses an issue that affects the Remote Procedure Call Service, RPCSS.exe. The issue might cause a race condition between the Distributed Component Object Model, DCOM, and the Microsoft Remote Procedure Call, RPC, endpoint mapper. This update addresses an issue that affects Microsoft PowerPoint. It stops responding on the Azure Virtual Desktop. This occurs while you are using ThinkCell features. This update addresses an issue that affects Windows Search. Windows Search fails inside of Windows Container Images. This update affects the Group Policy Editor. It adds Transport Layer Security, DLS, 1.3 to the list of protocols that you can set. This update affects the Arab Republic of Egypt. The update supports the government's Daylight Saving Time change order for 2023. This update affects JScript 9 Legacy.dll. It adds a tracker and a tracking service to stop HTML from not responding. This update addresses an issue that affects the Microsoft HTML Application Host, HTA. This issue blocks code execution that uses Microsoft HTA. This occurs when you turn on Windows Defender Application Control, WDAC, User Mode Code Integrity, UMCI, Enforced mode. This update affects the Group Policy Management console. It addresses a scripting error in the Group Policy Preferences window. This update addresses an issue that affects the Windows Remote Management client. The client returns an HTTP server error status, 500. This error occurs when it runs a transfer job in the storage migration service. This update addresses an issue that affects desired state configuration. It loses its previously configured options. This occurs if. So, that was all from Microsoft for this build. If you want to know more, follow the link to the official Microsoft blog, from the description. Hope it was useful. Consider like for the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, just comment down below. Thanks for watching, and have a great day ahead.